4,000 years ago, in the land of Sumer, something incredible happened. Someone decided to change history, not by destroying it, but by rewriting it. On a clay tablet, they wrote a list of kings who ruled the world. But these kings were different. Some were said to have ruled not for years or decades, but for tens of thousands of years. This mysterious record is known as the Sumerian King List. At first, it seems like a myth, but when we look closer, this ancient list reveals something far more real: the first attempt in human history to control truth. The Sumerian King List was not just history, it was propaganda, a tool to make power look divine and unquestionable. The Sumerian King List wasn't found on just one tablet. Several copies were discovered across ancient Mesopotamia, in cities like Nippur, Larsa, and Uruk. Each version told almost the same story. After kingship descended from heaven, kings ruled Sumer from one city to another, until a great flood ended it all. The first rulers listed on the tablet reigned not for decades or even centuries, but tens of thousands of years. Then, the list suddenly changes. After the line, then the flood swept over. The lifespans become shorter. Kings now ruled for hundreds of years, not thousands. It's as if someone pressed a reset button on time itself. The world before the flood became divine, and the world after it, human. When researchers studied the tablets, they noticed something strange. The king list wasn't fully myth, but not fully real either. It mixed real kings like those of Kish and Ur with ones that never existed. That meant someone had chosen what to keep and what to erase. But why would someone do that? Because the king list was never just about remembering history. It was about controlling it. In ancient Sumer, every city claimed to be the true center of the world, the one chosen by the gods. But when one city fell and another took power, the new rulers faced a problem. How could they prove that they were chosen by the gods? Their answer was simple: rewrite the record. Each new dynasty changed the king list to make its city look divine. They replaced old names, moved the order of rulers, and extended reigns to seem more godlike. By reshaping the past, they made their rule look destined and sacred. It was the world's first political manipulation, the ancient version of state media. It told the people, "Your king rules because heaven chose him. All others before him were mistakes." As historian Thorkild Jacobson once said, the king list was a theological justification of kingship. In simple words, it was the first fake history. The people believed it, and power once again was protected by a story. The king list didn't just lie about history. It also hid a secret code inside its numbers. Those long lifespans weren't random. The Sumerians used a base 60 number system, which is why today we still use 60 seconds in a minute and 360 degrees in a circle and 12 months in a year. To them, 60 was sacred. It represented cosmic perfection. When modern scholars studied the numbers, they noticed a pattern. Many reigns were perfect multiples of 60 or 3,600. That means those huge lifespans were never meant to be literal. They were symbolic, a mathematical code linking kings to the heavens. So the king list wasn't just political, it was mathematical theology. They used sacred numbers to give divine weight to their kings. It was both science and manipulation, a brilliant blend of faith, math, and power. The line, "Then the flood swept over," divides the king list in two. But that single sentence carries a world of meaning. The flood wasn't only a disaster story, it was a symbol of divine reset, a moment when the gods erased the old world and started again. After the flood, kingship came down from heaven again. A new era began, with new kings, new cities, and a new version of truth. This story of a world-ending flood appears everywhere: in the Bible's story of Noah, in Hindu mythology's yugas, and in tales of Atlantis. But in Sumer, it had a clear message. Even when civilization falls, power returns, blessed by the gods. The flood justified the new rulers, giving them a clean slate to rewrite the past. It's the oldest example of something that still happens today. After every collapse, someone new writes the story of what happened. When archaeologists first uncovered the King List in the early 1900s, they thought it was just another legend, but they soon realized it was much more than myth. Some names on the list matched real kings known from other records. The cities were real. The sequence of dynasties roughly fit. It wasn't pure fiction. It was a constructed version of reality. Imagine that. The world's first civilization invents writing, and one of the first things they record is a version of history that serves power. That's the real power of the King List. It shows that even the earliest humans understood how to bend truth. It was the beginning of history, and also the beginning of distortion. When scholars compared the different versions of the Sumerian King List, they noticed something strange. Not every tablet told the same story. Some names were missing, some lines were scraped off, rewritten, or broken deliberately. It wasn't time that erased them, it was people. Why would someone in ancient Sumer go through the effort of destroying a king's name in a civilization that carved history into stone to last forever? Some archaeologists believe this was intentional censorship. Kings who lost wars, who challenged the temples, or who changed the sacred order may have been deleted from memory, literally erased from clay. In the language of Sumer, the word for to erase was duku, which also meant to purify. So when they erased a name, they weren't just deleting history, they believed they were cleansing it. It's haunting to imagine. Somewhere in those missing lines, there may have been rulers, stories and truths that completely changed how we understand the ancient world. This idea, rewriting history to protect power, didn't end with Sumer. The Egyptians erased the names of unwanted pharaohs from their monuments. Roman emperors destroyed the faces of rivals from statues. Chinese dynasties rewrote records to glorify themselves. Every great civilization created its own version of the truth. Every era had its own king list. And even today, we see echoes of that same pattern. Governments revising textbooks, leaders rewriting national stories, corporations shaping memory through media. The Sumerian King List remains one of the most mysterious discoveries in human history. A mix of myth, numbers, and politics, it shows how easily truth can be shaped. The first written words were not prayers or poems, they were propaganda. Humanity's story began not with truth, but with the desire to control it. And thousands of years later, we're still doing the same thing, just with faster tools and louder voices. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to hit like, share this video with others, and if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Because we uncover the hidden secrets of history. See you in the next chapter.